programs, they always want to become entrepreneur. They want to start our own business. In fact, I was also an MBA. When I finished the MBA, I had a hard, strong desire to start my own business. But guess what? It's not going to be easy. Starting on business, consulting business in Bangalore is not a right decision. Those time in 2008. I moved to Dubai. I started working for a company called Adam Consulting. I became a consultant. But every year, every 2 years, I resigned job to start my own business. First time I resigned the job to start my business, I realized, no, not Pfizer. It's not the right time yet. Then finally, I got into an MNC. I worked for straight 7 years. After 7 years of my work, I decided, no, it's enough. Let me start my own business. And last 4 years, I've started 4 different businesses. Guess what? All 4 of them failed. And the 5th one was somehow we made it, a consulting business. Somehow was picking up and the COVID happened. And guess what? Again, I started a new business. And that's what you are here for now, to listen about, BrainCity and success stories. So friends, entrepreneurship is incredibly amazing. At the same time, it's required a lot of hard work, a lot of sheer dedications and determination. And 90% of the people who quit too soon are employed by the 3% who never gave up. That is entrepreneurship. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and my privilege to introduce the speaker for today. She is someone who is incredibly amazing, the woman of energy. That's what she called for. A young, innovative serial entrepreneur, concept consultant, and strategic leader. A founder of ComChair, the WeAim, the Womenergy Association of Incubators in Manufacturing. Now, if you go to www.weaim.org, you can find more detail about Deepthi. And also, she is the founder and executive director, Her Market, Light Womenergy Private Limited. And also, the third thing is she's also a strategy director of OG Natural Foods, Idya Eco Living Private Limited. Very passionate creator of social models that impact and benefit communities. Her noteworthy social model that have benefited thousands of stakeholders, farmers, women, rural communities, environment stakeholders, women entrepreneurs, homepreneurs, etc. over the years. And Organic Gamma, now called OG Natural Food, Farm Tour, AgriPace, Organic Meetup, Harita Sankapalam, Chai Kisan, Womenergy Network, We Empower Circles, We Aim Start IT Scale Cell, She Manufactures, IUMax. Oh my God, it's a big list. And she's also, she's gained, in 2012, she gained 8 years of experience in eco-social entrepreneurship, building community of models and green business incubation. She has co-created, consulted, and journey with around 20 plus brands and eco brands in past few years. And she got a graduate in horticultural science in BSc, then from Ranga University of Agriculture, and she has been to several institutions and IITs and oh my God, it's a huge list. So friends, it's a time now to introduce the incredible Deepthi, to talk about power, to talk about how can you keep going, how can you really unstoppable in entrepreneurship, because in entrepreneurship you need to fall several times, you need to fail several times, has to really fail several times to really get up and make a difference. So and also you'll have an opportunity to speak to Deepthi at the end of the program. So now it's an honor to invite Deepthi to speak about entrepreneurship and how can you make it consistently. How can you motivate yourself to keep going on this incredible journey? Over to you, Deepthi.
Thank you so much, Faiz. And really thank you to Prashanti. She's one of a leader's mother, I can say. I'm a friend of her son. When I saw a son could be like that, I always believe a mother could be, a leader. That's when we met. And really thank you. It's a beautiful group. And Faiz, really, I liked your voice intro when you introduced, I had 6 and I failed in 4. So I become incredible. Yes, I really love to share my energy. I always call myself a woman of energy, because one of my favorite companies, Womenergy Private Limited. So when I say I become incredible when I rise each time when I fail, that's my speciality, and I never let anyone around me fail in their spirit, and that's how I have a lot of experiences to share by knowing what not to do, not what to do. That's very important. And I'm really amazed by this energy BrainCity has here. A lot of entrepreneurs. I really have a lot to learn from all of you. That's what I feel. Maybe today it's my time I'm talking, that's all. So otherwise, everyone has an inspiring story here. That's what maybe in future I would like to connect more and share more. For the timing, it's my next 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. So I'll be sharing little energy of mine. I'm very infectious woman in the sense of in the sense of sharing my, whatever it is, happiness, contentment, inspiration, and all my journeys also, be it social life, spiritual life, economic life, all this business and family life. I really liked your programs. That's why for the first time I'm hearing actually about BrainCity. But when you said Saturday this thing, Friday this thing, I was observing how you're balancing all the aspects of the people, their lives. That shows impact. You're already impacting. I really like your goal. You want to impact 1 million people probably, and that's the best thing you're doing. Thank you once again for my beautiful introduction. So I think you can. How do we begin? I mean, like
yeah. So today is all about entrepreneurship. What first thing we need to hear from you, your journey. Tell about a little bit about yourself. Where did you start? Where did you get? When did that entrepreneur bug bited you? What was the beginning of being an entrepreneur, starting this journey? And yeah, so let's start from there. Then I'll ask further question.
Yeah, I know nothing about entrepreneurship. I didn't even know it's a bug until it bites, or maybe it's like no one can say when an entrepreneur is born. Maybe he's already born or she's already born. That's how it happens. We just awaken to the reality. That's how it happened to me also. I'm a woman born in a small town in Telangana, from Karimnagar. I come from a different background, like socially, we belong to a family where we have faced everything, not the capitalist. I was from a typical communal exposure kind of. So it was like money is, we have to give money always, not earn money. That was not this thing. So from my 15th year, I was working with NGOs, right from para worker training to a board of director by the age I'm 21. Okay, so it's like I even worked with United Nations, tribal women models. So always like it was for giving. Giving was my inspiration. I felt the need to be needed drive me. This was a background. So I quit my MBBS seat for an agriculture seat. So that's where I made my first choice, passion, to choose an academics which I could, feel full of life. Next, I wrote civil services for a moment. I was in that boat. Then after leaving that, I decided that I become a social entrepreneur in 2012. So how it happens is, see, after the typical, woman in Telugu or Telugu states, they say you become a doctor or a lawyer, whatever that they tell to the woman. But I couldn't visualize myself like that. So that's when I made a first choice. At the same time, I was in NGOs. I got bored of a cause, and a cause needed money. That's what I realized. So how to create the money? That was one trigger. But at the same time, I didn't want to create money without impact. Money with social. So I was the first one who told my parents or whatever my thing that in the family that I'm going to become a social entrepreneur. I researched, and I searched Section 8 company was there at that time. They used to call 8, I think. I wrote some consultant project. I bought some 30,000. I sat in front of a CA and told, build me an enterprise, call me social entrepreneur. Like that, my journey began. Honestly, I didn't know balance sheet for the first 2-3 years until the auditor says, you have to file audits. I said, what are they? Say, I was never taught anything. That's very important in our academics also, generally in kids also. We don't teach them what we need in the life. We tell them, read science. What does that x square plus x square do to me now? Nothing it does. If I would have known what I have to do with my organization and money. So I felt that also. So no one taught me. It was really hard. I said, it was hard journey, but beautiful journey. From the dark comes the light, we say. So it was very tough, very tough. First 3 years, like Harita Sang, all those names he said are just like, the flow. I have to create something. I have to create something. I kept on creating things. So eventually I called myself a concept consultant. Yes, I have worked with 40 plus brands, few of my startups. I sold off some things sold me off. So it's like some things carry your spirit away a lot of times. Some things don't really work for you. So I have many failures to share like that. And anyways, that's how it began, 2012, after I left my civil services and decided I become a social entrepreneur for impact.
You're muted.
All right. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing your beginning. There is a famous quote. It says like, it's not too old to start. It's never too young to start an empire, never too old to chase a new dream. And that's what you did. In a very early stage, you recognized and you decided, I want to go for an entrepreneurship. And I think that NGO journey really motivated you to, I think one of the reasons is you touched a lot of women in life, and the people who touched, I think they got inspired by you and they must be started something new. So I want to hear from you really about what motivated you during that journey. And I heard there are thousands of women in your life who have touched and impacted, thousands of farmers and rural and urban community equally. And what is that drive? What it started?
Yeah. So in 2012, like I said, I began my business journey just to establish myself. I started creating concepts. I always believed my ideas will sell in the market. So I saw ideas as goods to sell. That's how I invested in concepts and all. And my own journey as a woman, I faced some things. That's how maybe this woman journey started, but its roots were deep. Even today in rural Telangana, 3.5 lakh women roll BDs. So even now when I go and see them, I feel we are in a technology era. We're sending rockets, we speak of technology, but there is no natural alternate livelihood. So I always, when I go to my village, I see even my family members today doing that. I feel, can't we give them an alternative? So I always had this dream, even when I die, a lakh women should come in my, it's a crazy dream, I know. So when I see the leader kind of movie, I used to think, a lakh women, can't we just touch their lives and go? That was my inspiration as a child also. My mother used to do that. I mean, as at 14 years, she was married. By the time I 18, she had 3 of us. And by the time she's 21, she's like, she couldn't pursue her education and all. So she always said, even if you don't do anything, go and study and do something like that. So that was, the root was there. And seeing so many women's energy getting, diluted in their homes only, and that was a basic inspiration, mother and many mothers. And but the biggest hit, how to start this, like when I began this woman journey, 2015 it was a network. 12 to 13 14, whatever I did, they collapsed actually, because I'm an early thinker. 10 years ahead, I think of an idea. When no one started an organic store also in the city, I was the first supply chain company giving supply to 300 customers per day, when no one was even afraid to sell, perishable. Like we get 2,000 rupees perishable, 8,000 was a logistic. Like that ecosystem, I have done a 40 lakh turnover at that time, 2014. Even WhatsApp was not vigorously used. There was no business communication so actively happening. Even when Big Basket and all models were not proven so much, I used to tell we have to sell vegetables in technology, using technology. People used to laugh at me in boardrooms. Agriculture, and you want to sell gampa. Gampa means a tokri, like a basket. You want to sell this in online. They used to laugh at me. I wanted to make agriculture romantic. Why are you making it boring? You show Go Agriculture. We used to see in Doordarshan, a stupid company like that. Pigs cultivate something. They used to. Why are you making it? Agriculture is a food. Our farming, natural, our life, we come from there. Why are people making this like that? So I put with so much passion, organic gampa. Then I used to carry my first baby and go to the farm. I used to feed him on the farm. I used to call mothers on the farm. I did a farm tour, next startup. Like that, I created concepts, all these after my second pregnancy, whatever. Not that the idea was good. Not that we didn't make money. Not that it was a failure. It didn't work. All the 46 lakh also went into nothing. It was nothing. And suddenly I'm working on the fields. I used to, in the triple IT, I never did a job. One thing I'll tell you, I never went for a comfort zone. Across the table, I was offered 50,000, 1 lakh after my college days also, just like an MBA graduate. No one gives that for horticulture graduate actually. But I didn't do. I thought, okay, should I sell fertilizer now and tell that, make money? No, let me create an ecosystem and make money. So my only job was triple IT Hyderabad, how to apply IT for agriculture. So this kind of passion, I created the first 2 startups. I wanted to prove a success story. Nothing was wrong in the journey. I don't know any business model, but I went and learned AC, ABC training, agri clinics, agri business training, and I applied all that MBA knowledge. For civil services, what I read, public administration, organizational behavior, leadership and management, organization structure. I designed all that and applied. What went wrong in that 3 years? I really didn't understand. Even I went to the farms, people denied me payments after I went to the farms and gave the models. Talent was undersold, and all my effort was taken for granted in certain ecosystems. Even, I was denied in some business network meets because I was a mother. I was getting morning sickness. How can I go there? So, and it is so insulting, and motherhood is not a sickness, right? It's not. It's we treat mother like patients. We should treat them like, divine. Like this phase was going on personally. At the same time, my two startups are like my babies, right? When we put a company, we equally dedicate energy. Any business partnership is like marriage. Any company we build is like equally like a child. For me, at least, I saw it like that. And with my two child, I'm doing that. It came to a standstill. I really didn't understand what was happening, and I just went into postnatal depression. I didn't know that term existed. Okay, now I'm telling that. Then I realized why. Why is this happening? It shouldn't actually. And I had so much energy. 2 to 4, I was like awake and alert. And what to do next? Okay, I cannot let this away, right? Even for a 5 lakh loan, I used to struggle. 5,000 rupees, 100 rupees I had in my wallet. And so much name. Vasundhara prints my first article in 15 years that I lighted 12 villages. There is no light in my life only. Every farmer is doing tons of acreages of business. There is no, and I'm struggling for my survival food also. That was a phase I experienced. Then I thought, okay, one night I woke up. I just took a pen and I wrote, my energy matters. I won't give up, and slept on it. Next day I realized, okay, let's create something from the home. And I wrote like WhatsApp. I learned that week only. I called 34 people, my friends, one doctor, someone like Prashanti, someone a tailor, someone whatever. I mixed that group. By the time I had exposure to Hyderabad Director CEO forums, all these, even BNI was like one of the chapter I experienced. I used to quickly catch all the organization cultures or whatever, that network models and all. I called these 34 members on a farm. I made them sit. We sat in a circle. I called it Womenergy Circle. You share energy now. Like that it began. So just to keep myself alive, I did the first woman model, honestly. Just because if I had to reach out to many women, me as a woman has to stand up first. Because after the one marriage, 2 kids, 3 companies, okay, and immediately one PNT, whatever it is called, and no one giving up payments with 100 rupees in the wallet as an entrepreneur with dreams, and everything feeling like shit around me. I did nothing wrong, everything to the best. If you call any management principle or leadership or talk or anyone you call them, I can tell what I've done the best of the best principles. Say it community, say it leadership, say it everything. Finances, okay, even finances, not like that. But what went wrong was I was an early entrepreneur. Sometimes the ecosystem is not ready for you. That's what an entrepreneur should realize sometimes. It's not about us, it's about others also. We have to operate balancing everything. So like that, okay, that's where my inspiration began. 2015 I started the network. From 34 it went to 3,400. It was like competing with BNI, and very nice actually. And like I focused only on one thing. As a feeding mother, only 4th Sunday I went out. I used to keep my baby outside in the car and in the bed, and I used to go and deliver 3-hour structured network talk, make the woman breathe. Everyone used to come, chal, network karna hai. I used to sit, breathe, and then give your business card. So that's when I touched the spirits, the soul. I didn't want to say every business has a soul. Every person has a soul. That's what I believe. So I connected them to the souls. That's what happened. They did, even in the first day in the farm, there was like 50 lakh network business happened, exchange. And every event across the table, I used to earn also 30,000, 40,000, I don't know. I mean, like it was like, that was my survival also for the model. At the same time, the vision of reaching a lakh woman, it seeded there. So that network went on till 2018. And then I floated a
That's really, really inspiring story. So what you really did was you went to the villagers, you found the farmers, you met them together, and you brought the corporate life into their life.
That was my personal
and that
business.
You created, you created that ecosystem around, and it really worked. And you learned all of these techniques of networking skills around from BNI, all the networking organization. Incredible, and you also understood in a very early stage, energy matters. and it's all about energy. How do we bring that high energy into life, and everything you did from that invisible force. So I want to know a little bit about that energy. Where did you get? What did you do? What prime activities you do to become a successful, powerful, incredible entrepreneur? And you motivated these 30,000 plus people here. So how?
Yeah.
What is the secret behind that energy? We want to hear from you about that. And that's
So
what most of the entrepreneurs struggle with. Like,
yes,
mostly,
obviously, nature is the secret, I can say. So a lot of us people forget that we are nature. We call ourselves entrepreneur, we call ourselves IPS, we call ourselves, but that's our profession and activity. We basically are human beings with 5 cosmic elements. It means we have to work in alignment with nature. However biggest business you do, the road, it rains, you can't even go out. The heat takes up, you can't even think. The water floods, you can't even feel like, sometimes you don't even feel like working. So you should have to understand that we are naturally aligned. So does our work also. So these basics we miss. We think that, organization needs business plan, then you need a leadership quality. All these are fine. First of all, as a human being, as a human element, element of the nature, we first need to be aligned with the nature. Otherwise, 100 crores earning entrepreneurs, my friends are taking stress tablets today after earning 100 crores. And they're not able to sleep. And they're not able to even love. People are not able to love. Imagine the basic essence of our living is love, and people are not able to love out of ego, out of stress, out of pressure. So that's what. Anyway, so meditation is a wonderful tool. I connected to this. I was spiritually very inquisitive, I can say, very inquisitive. Since the 15th year also, I used to, travel this, try to go to the trees, learn pranic healing, or like how much effort I put in self-learning in the entrepreneurship. Equal effort I put in the spiritual journey also. Maybe that's my secret, or I had it in my nature also. That's the biggest secret I can tell. Today also breathing. And whenever something happens, I get connected first to myself, isn't it?
Wow.
My own self. That is the first thing. So we should always remember that in entrepreneurship also in the life as a human being, you are a soul journey, soul, SOUL, soul journey. We're a traveler. If we connect to that point, a lot of people cannot connect to themselves. That's a whole problem. They feel bored with themselves. They can't sit alone. So many of the entrepreneurs, I'm sure you can connect to this. Party means we have to go out and have fun. Otherwise, can't you have fun with yourself? Can't we have that? Then only we can have fun with the work we are doing. Even the entrepreneurship, we have to be aligned. It should keep you joyful. A lot of people, spiritual means like, I said, please don't keep serious faces now. Spirituality and spirit means coming to the life. So even if entrepreneurship, you're doing a work, let it give joy. Already entrepreneurship is a risk. It's a choice. If the choice doesn't give you happiness, then you're not successful. If it gives you happiness, wealth, non-wealth, money will come. It's a byproduct. As you keep on working consistently with a mission, of course, the byproduct will come. But are you aligned to that? A lot of people, entrepreneurs also fight battles which are not worth for. They climb mountains which are not worth for to show someone or to do something. Okay, that's a aspiration, ambition. That's fine. But do we really climb those mountains for ourselves? Is that mountain worth climbing for ourselves? Then you do it. So maybe I took all these aspects when I am doing each of my journey. I listen to my inner voice. So
that's beautifully said. What I heard is you're a spiritual entrepreneur, and the secret is look at your own breath. The moment you go off, start looking at yourself and reflect. Go and meditate, and probably the energy which you sourced from mostly from spirituality. So entrepreneurs in this room, one of the secret is go back to the basics, do some spiritual activities, make yourself available to the invisible force which gives you the energy to go forward every single day. Thank you. And opportunity don't happen, you create them. That's what you said in a beautiful way. Thank you so much, Deepthi. So next biggest thing, definitely, you said about energy. At the same time, when those low moments hits you, when you hit the rock bottom, bouncing back to the game, it's one of the toughest challenge. Definitely, I know, your spirituality really helped you to being somebody who's extraordinary, to create this incredible people around, which sustainable for a long term, which gives you a decent income and created a good fame and name in the society. So, but at the same time, what keeps you going in the lowest moments?
Yeah. So see, everyone will have a low moment here. Like, you'll be judged even by the best of your best friends. I mean, closest to the family also won't stand by you even when you are in the darkest moment. That happens to everyone. Okay. So what kept me going is, okay, this meditation, this thing is other aspect. When everyone fails to believe you, that minute in your own self, if we can believe in ourselves, like, that's your truth, right? You are the energy of your organization. You are the soul behind creating all these things. So when the darkest moment comes, I see light in that aspect. I believe when everyone, even suppose now all the world stands against me, there are proofs also to tell many things, and they tell me you're nothing also. That minute, if we can sit with ourselves and say, is this my truth? No. That's what I used to do. I used to sit like, no, I never believed anyone, anything which made me feel low. Maybe I was wrong, I was right. It doesn't matter, because we can't create things feeling like that. Do someone create a baby thinking, planning, it's a long, no, right? We create a joy, and it happens naturally. So I don't want to anyone, I don't believe anyone who makes me feel low. First, I go back and think, is it? Even if I feel, there will be situations when they make you feel dark, low. I mean, not like purposefully. Every soul is evolving, or every business evolving. Sometimes they judge you by money, by your balance sheets, sometimes by your cars or buildings, sometimes by your friends you may, whatever it is, okay? Sometimes the whole journey they will judge. Did you really experience? My experiences are different from your. Unless I experience your experience, I can't tell what is your point of loss or gain. Maybe I gained something else when I lost this. Maybe I lost something else when I gained this. The winning and losing is both one and the same, actually. On the same plane, they operate, two sides of the coin. When we win something, we obviously lose something. When we lose something, we obviously win something. If we can see these two sides of the coin, when someone makes you feel like shit, also, you're the lowest point of your life, also, just go back and tell, I'm not that. Because what is yesterday will not be tomorrow. What is today's name is not tomorrow's name. See, suppose there is a model like Nokia, did nothing wrong, it went out in the market. Why? Because the evolution happens everywhere. Even evolution happens in us. So the darkest moments, never believe that you are the lowest. It's okay. Accept the dark as it is. That's what I do. Accept it as it is, but let it not make you feel that you are that, because it will pass on. That's it.
So beautifully said, and that's what most of the entrepreneurs go through. And some of them fall, then some of them crawl, some of them get up and run again. And you are somebody who fall several times and made a difference in the people around. And there is a famous quote from Richard Branson. You don't learn to walk by following the rules. You learn by doing, and by falling over, doing it again and again. So thank you, Deepthi, for telling your story. So now the next question is about how do we balance the energy, equal balance of energy, your personal life, your social life, and work-life balance, okay, in an entrepreneurship? How does it make it happen? You said about your motherhood, and at the same time you created this wonderful community. So how do you balance? I want to know a little bit about how do you balance these all areas, different areas of life?
Yeah. So first of all, see, success is very subjective word. A lot of entrepreneurs, okay, for a business, yes, profit is we're a profit-making organization. We have to focus on profit. That I understand totally. But at the same time, success is very subjective, and it's not linear. Never it is linear. It is holistic. How do we balance all aspects, like you said? So when we prioritize only one area in life, obviously that happens. So what a lot of people do, why they fail to balance, is they don't let go. And for example, four aspects are there. The economic aspect of the organization are our life survival, and the business survival, and the scalability. Then we have our family aspect, business, whatever. We have our social goals. We want to have friends. We want to go to some travel trips. We have some goals. Similarly, we have some spiritual goals, or we want to spend in nature. These four are there, four aspects. A lot of people, they take one thing very linearly. They focus only on it, only on it, only on it. Even if someone tells they don't, until they fall in a hospital, or they really, the soul gives up. Actually, some people's body give up also the drag. If this happens, yes, there will be no balance. So how do we balance? By observing these four aspects. At one point of time, maybe in my 20s, that journey feels important, a certain aspect. Beauty might feel important at that time, or maintaining something that at 30, for example, after marriage, something may feel. You have to prioritize that. You have to understand the other part will suffer. Okay, you can't make 100 crore in the 4 years, also have a very good, beautiful family. How can you make both at the same? Let us be practical. There is no balance. Did nature try to balance everything? Did it try to balance everything, giving 6 fruits in one time? yellow fruit, red fruit, green fruit, unless we made it a hybrid or, we put it into genetical mutation. Okay. That's what we are doing. We are genetically forcing and mutating ourselves into balance. So first we should understand we can't balance all aspects. Take one thing at one time. At that time, what is priority? So someone is a very elderly entrepreneur here. So obviously his priorities change. Someone has daughters and kids for marriages. Obviously the priorities change. Someone has nothing and only single mother or something. Her only goal is to do the money and work. That is a priority. So you have to understand what is your topmost balanceable priority. Rest all will not be able to balance. Can we accept the truth? When we force ourselves into balancing all four together, can you trigger an engine in between an ocean, four boats running together? You want to run it, it won't run. One boat you have to offshore it, come back again to it later on. So something like that you have to do. So what we do in our lives is, see, we are doing that actually. The modern lifestyle is also like that. Run. It's a rat race. Even we don't have time to pause. People say, I don't have time for meditation, or I don't have time for this. I don't have time for friends. Okay, understand. Time is a priority. We will have time for something. If not this, you have time for some other thing. So we should understand we have to fill fuel, petrol to go to a destination. We are telling we don't have time for petrol. That's when we lose the balance. That's all. Otherwise, if we accept that only two petrols can or two vehicles can be run now, rest all, take it a little bit slow. It will pace back. Surely all aspects will pace back. That's how I think about balancing. Maybe people judged me. Even they said, by this time, for the kind of things you did, that's a kind of capability I have also. Vision, intellect, network, name it anything. I don't believe business needs money also. I create everything out of nothing. From nothing also I manifest. Even I make 100 rupees business also a lakh business also crore business today. And how do I make it? And they told, by the time you should have made 100 crore, you didn't even make. They judged me. Then I told, okay, I would have made 100 crore by this time and died also. Who knows? But did I really am a mother of two beautiful kids. I really spend with my time. I worked out my personal life. At the time, I took time for spirituality. I took time for social. If someone could weigh this with money, this is also wealth. I created a wealth more than what you created. So yes, this wealth, okay, in place of 100 crore, I made 5 crore today. No problem. Maybe that time will come. But success is holistic. Balance is like that. It happens.
Success is holistic and balance is something you need to really figure it out.
Subjective.
Yeah. So sometime you need to figure it out what's really important to you, and you need to focus in that area. And once it is really balanced in that area, move to the another area. Yeah. So that's a good answer. So thank you. So thank you, Deepthi. Now the other question is, there are two kind of people in this room. One, the people who thinking quitting the job and starting on business. They don't have that bravery yet. Okay. And there is other kind of people is they are in business and they still want to do something innovative and sustain in the market. And they always want to deliver more than they expected, but some reasons, COVID, financial stability, or some reason it's not happening. So what do you want to tell to the people who is aspiring to be entrepreneurs?
See, aspiring people, yes. See, first thing an entrepreneur makes is a choice. That's all. Unless you begin with your choice, you can't do that. So as long as we're in comfortable zone, no one pushes you out. That much though we have to make the first choice. Loss, failure, good, bad, doesn't matter. Your choice might be wrong, no problem. The first thing is to begin. A lot of people only get stuck there. The beginning is the issue. You have to begin, that's all. No way, no second thought, just begin. No one shows you path. No need to know the path also. The path will teach you. Just begin. That's what I can tell to aspiring entrepreneurs. And take someone's experience and start working there. So as long as you are thinking, I want to be an entrepreneur, there is no want to be. I am an entrepreneur. That's how you have to begin. Okay. A housewife is the best entrepreneur. Then I'll call her like that. She balances everything. And if someone paid her for all the multiple things. So why do you think you're not an entrepreneur? First of all, you have to begin. Just begin. Okay, if you made a choice, for example, I tell a lot of middle class women, rural women whom we interact. If you made a choice to buy 3,000 rupees saree, you anyhow will manifest it. You need not tell your husband also. And for them, see, a lakh investment in a business is a very big thing. So I tell them 3,000 rupees. Do you make a choice? You somehow manifest it. You dream of it. You get it right like that. Like that, a lakh. For example, today's zero business model is a lakh rupees. Today's scale up business is a crore rupees. Example. That's the worst, like basic numbers I'm telling you. So today's lakh, if you have to take, there's a basic, you have to be prepared first of all. Make that. If someone died, you spent, right? If someone is a hospital, you spent. If you needed a designer wedding gown for your daughter, you did. Whatever it is, calculate it like that. You're in a hospital bed, won't you spend now? because it was an urgency. It's an emergency. You wanted to breathe. Then you spent on an oxygen cylinder. But if you thought about that breathing before only, we don't use oxygen cylinders today like that. You thought about your entrepreneurship then and there only. You should like feel like breathing that much hunger you should have. Then it will happen. So it's not an hobby. Entrepreneurship cannot be a hobby. Next to the scale up.
Yeah.
Scale up
So,
entrepreneurs.
the people who want to start the business, guys, you should have a strong choice. That choice will lead to the incredible journey in the future. So thank you, Deepthi. Now,
yeah, just make the choice. A lot of people think for perfect moments, perfect time to ring the bell, perfect business.
Yeah.
There's no perfect business model. Trust me. As the evolution happens, if you don't adapt, you're eliminated in the market. There's no perfect. You adopt it. That's all.
Absolutely. Bring innovation and move forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, there is a famous says by one of the CEOs, and he says like, I wake up every morning and think to myself, how far I can push the company forward in the next 24 hours. And that's it, right? I mean, every day, every year, we need to start one point. We need to start the entrepreneurship. Then every single day is it's a big shout every single day. How can I take my company to the next level, and to the next level, to the next level? So when you are during this long journey of your entrepreneurship, what was that every day for you? What motivated you every single day to go ahead and made this huge community and the business circle
even the
around?
businesses, multiple businesses. See, a lot of entrepreneurs are there here. They know the journey better. Okay, to the scale up. One thing I can tell in my experiences, to scale up for a till a certain level, everyone do that. After that, do we really hold on to that? Okay, making the 1 crore, 5 crore, but really to the make between the 5 crore and the 100 crore, some people are, or whatever, between the 1 lakh and the 10 lakh. The next level of scaling up, a lot of people struggle in this phase actually. So 3 things are there, 3 amazing things. For sure, first one is consistency. Second one is consistency. Third one is consistency. So when you start, you need that. When you stop, you need it. Again, when you scale from the second to the third phase, the real success story will come. Consistency. That's all. What you believed in the day one, when you could make it the same thing, you have to continue. If it is not continuing like that in our spirit, a lot of ecosystem impacts will be there. You create such things around you. Create a young leader, create a believer, create a task, multiple, create something around you. You can't encode. A lot of people do this mistake. I am telling this out of my experiences, though it's like 7 years, 8 years of my experience. They travel alone. If you have to travel long, go together. If you want to travel Mount Everest and die there, climb, no problem. No oxygen, also no one will bring you. But even to climb the Mount Everest, we need that shepherds. No? What do you say? They put in something to you, an example. That's how. So a lot of entrepreneurs do not realize this. At that time, if I had a right co-founder, or if I had ecosystem, the next level leadership, all this you have to think. It's like this thing mainly people avoid or they don't let go, or they don't see the larger picture. That's what happens. So I keep on motivating myself, because when no one believes, I believe, and consistency in the belief is very important for an entrepreneur. Every day, it's so hard sometimes to get up and get ready. Even investors judge me for getting 5-10 minutes late also. I don't bother. The same investor will make a 10-minute delay. He will apologize to me in the next meet. Okay, something will happen. It can't be. There is no standards. After COVID, we should know that time is also a very subjective thing. The way you see time, success time, is different from others. So don't let others decide your scale up journey. If really you can't, don't stretch to that thing where you kill your soul of the organization. A lot of people do this also. That's why they don't find peace in the organization success after they become. But when you find the real success in the monetary also, when you actually know, aligned to the ethics of the organization. First ethic, what you built, first mission. When I started a company, this was a mission of the company. That mission, as long as you're driving, somewhere consistency, universe will come and help you. Something will happen. Someone will come. Trust me, this is not no business principle, but there are nature principles also. No? Natural laws are there. You hit a ball to the wall, it has to come back. That is the natural principle. Like that, if you put a consistent energy ball or a strategy in your business, that comes back. All you have, somewhere you changed in between the success and this thing, you gave up. No one gave up. So that's what.
Consistency, 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 consistency. That's it. Keep going, keep pushing. Don't take rest. Wow, beautiful. There is a beautiful saying by Asim Prem. He said, if people are not laughing at your goal are too small. And this is a critical for an entrepreneur. Do we really need a goal, or it's okay to go with the flow, or do we should have a big goal, or shall we start with the small then go with the big? What do you really, what was your goal? Did you really had a big goal to create that entrepreneurship and create that kind of a community? And what was in your mind when you started this? And what do you want to tell to these entrepreneurs in the room about the goals in life, in business?
See, somewhere, yeah, in the back of the mind or subconscious, maybe I had that bigger thing and all, but small is today's big. You should realize that. What small things we may create the big. Suppose we have only the bigger thing and we think, jump. It can't be possible. For example, to climb Everest, we have to practice, we have to, something like that. We prepare ourselves. Every small thing is comprises of the big. Yeah, we have to, of course, dream big and all those things. Visualize it big. Visualize the larger picture always, but always do the smaller things every day. Even in our work goals, a lot of people miss this point. Suddenly they want the big money at one time. Example, that's when the strategy goes wrong. Or suddenly they want a big impact in one go. So if you can break it into small pieces and then aggregate it, of course. So the small and the big go together. And of course, in today's ecosystem, I'm telling you, after COVID era, we have to realize all the small matters. Even the small moments we share with our family matters. The small things we think of with our founders and co-founders matters. The small things we do, every small thing matters. A lot of people think for the big, what it has to do with me waking up early, for example, or what it has to do, how you behave in the small when no one is there, or that is the way you behave in the big goals. If we do this, both are equally important for me. Yeah, I thought big, I'm making small things happen. Eventually they become big talk.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really matter whether it's a big goal or small goal. Have it, go for it. When you achieve it, probably you can create it again. Yeah. So there is a famous quote, and most of the entrepreneurs go through this. When you feel like quitting, what is the thoughts has to come to us. So, and when did you ever felt quitting the business, or the entrepreneurs who's in the room, those who are feeling quitting, what do you want to say to them?
Number of times I felt like quitting. Like I felt like, no, just give like that also. But we don't quit. That's all. That's the only difference. It's okay to feel like quitting. It's okay to lose an appointment. It's okay to feel loss everywhere. But you have to accept that first. People fail to accept that. They feel ego in accepting that, or asking help, receiving help is the greatest thing you can do. If you can't ask for help, it's pure ego. That's all. If you can't receive it also, okay. People blame you also sometimes. Even our co-founders ditch and go. They don't know my meaning also. They pull the shit in, especially in certain little. Though I don't want to, I love my country so much. Okay, that's why I never took any abroad opportunity. I want to create millions of jobs here. But in Indian ecosystem, people break the legs quickly and pull. थोड़ा ऊपर चले पुल ऐसे होता है हमारे इकोसिस्टम में, but that's when you have to, that's all. Hello.
Yeah, bounce back. Absolutely. Yeah. The most successful entrepreneurs I know, they are optimistic, and it is a part of description. I can see that optimism in you, and that's something.
When you really feel desperate and like to quit, no problem. Go and accept it. Take one person who believes you and tell to them first of all. Next, if needed, you quit, no problem. Start something else. The mission though doesn't go anywhere. See, the soul essence, organizations may change, brands may. Today, who cares? Amazon is acquired by someone else, Zomato is acquired by Swiggy or whatever, I don't know. Who cares? I mean, what is the name? As long as your spirit is driving the mission. If you are sticking to that and not sticking to the names or the patterns or the processes, sometimes you move on. You have to move on also. There is no option. People stay there only and try to kill themselves. That is what happens. So keep going. That's all. I ran in the garage also, in the cellars also. When I didn't have office also, I'm getting awards. Outside, I'm getting awards. I don't have money to go in the cab also. So I'm getting award. But that's when you don't quit it. I mean, like, just go back, no problem. Even co-founders leave you, they judge you, no problem. No problem. Ye name nahi to other name. Who cares? If I die, my soul goes somewhere, my body isn't. Who cares? I mean, like that we have to be. As long as you are driving the mission, If you don't hold to things and let go things, you will not quit. And no ego in accepting that every entrepreneur feels like quitting. I 3 times I close to my companies, literally. After you make a crore, also see, for a startup, for a woman with no backup, first generation entrepreneur, I don't know about business, making 1 crore from 100 rupees is like, wow, okay, in 9 months. And then nothing is there, nothing is left. What do you think? I was on the road also. But what does it matter? I walked into the road, made one more business card and go again next day. That's all. So I took support systems. I had a lot of ego to take support systems, hide in myself, make a decision, and all that becomes stress in the stomach and all. I got a surgery also. So we do that actually subconsciously. We hold so much. We don't share. You have to share. Everyone says success story. Go and share your failure story now. Why ashamed? Okay, I'm ashamed. I'm shit. I did mistakes. No problem. Today I tell I lost 1 crore without shamelessly. I have a debt of 50 lakh. No problem. If I'm the shame, if I'm the fear, if I'm the guilt, I'm also that when I succeed also. It's a base. The dark is a base. In a dark room, how much time we get to get the light? Just one diya, just one lamp, you know, open the window. Okay, so what? Just open the window. Like that, I think we should do. Go and share it, no problem. Take what is needed
Go and
also.
share it, being vulnerable. That's
Yeah.
a secret of
Being
another
vulnerable is
ingredient.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
Sensitivity
Yeah.
is strength.
So the other thing is about self-discipline. You know, most of the successful entrepreneurs, they have a self-discipline. They have a practices of being so organized. You know, tell me a little bit about, do you believe in this? Do you think that self-discipline is really matters? And how does it impact in your life? And what is the advice you want to give to the budding entrepreneurs?
I'm not so good person to speak about discipline, honestly. That's why I quit bureaucracy also. I told I'm too indisciplined to be a bureaucrat. I told
All
this
right.
to my
Okay.
interviewer.
Yeah. I got it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you how it works, how discipline works. Don't force others' discipline on you. First thing, don't force please others' discipline standards on you. In nature, we don't force anything. For a flower to blossom on its own, it has a pattern. You don't force that color or that water or that thing on like that. Don't force others' discipline standards on you. Maybe with my kids and with my family, I have a certain discipline order. Maybe I cannot, if I work till 2 in the nights, I don't get up in the morning. Or if I work early morning, you have your own balance systems. You know your body first, you know your mind, you know your ecosystem. Then you plan your discipline. Please don't plan discipline because someone told you know this is right discipline. Because in the changing Earth only is changing. Okay, please understand the galaxy is changing. Human being can change. Okay, so everything is evolving. So your disciplines also should evolve. Plan your own discipline schedule. That much I can tell. Today I'm disciplined in few things. I'm learning discipline in few more things.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that's some people have their own pattern, and some people just not follow the rule, but they still can make it because they are disciplined in a different way. But we cannot see in the
We
public.
cannot see
or
that. That's
yeah.
So they're consistent in something. Consistent.
Absolutely.
Some people are very good in diet
Yeah.
discipline. Some people are time discipline. No problem. But okay,
Yeah.
if you feel really that is affecting your business, eventually learn it. But don't force it. Some people suddenly they stop all foods, eating all foods over. Don't do that. Nature, everything align. One day you suppose example you have to stop eating meat or something like that. Example, health is not good. Suddenly you don't quit it. Na smoking also. You quit it like 10 cigars you're having, 5 cigars you have this week. Next week, after 1 month, you have 2 cigars. After 1 month, you have 1 cigar. After 1 cigar, also some people again go back to 100 cigars. No problem. But again, try. Again, come back. So that's your discipline plan, not anyone.
All right. So budding entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs, if you have any questions, please do ask. We still have another 20 more minutes to finish up the sessions. And you can raise the hand. I can unmute you, then you can ask the questions. Okay. So before I go to the questions, I want to ask one more question, which really matters to me about integrity. So how does it really matters, being somebody who is woman of word or being someone, the man of word in business? Does it really impact it? How does it show up in your life and your business?
That's the only thing that matters in our life. That's the only biggest thing that matters. If you have to make choices of your business, finances, friends, partners, make with that as a base. Loyalty is not for sale. After you go to a point, you need that the best. That is the largest investment you need. Not money, not fame, not work. All will be aligned. Somewhere we will learn that, we'll pick up. But loyalty, integrity, our own things, that is not, creatable. I mean, it's not something you learn and pick it. It has to be integral in you. So make all your life decisions based on it, because truth, Truth is the highest, best, amazing thing you have to hold by. Even when we don't hold to our truth, we fake to ourselves. That's when we suffer. See, pain is inevitable in life. Okay, suffering is an option. When we suffer, you have to see where we are lacking. We lack in truth. We lack in truth with the partners, or we lack in truth with the mission. We lack with something. Some people do. So please choose your partners, work, journey based on truth. If they are truthful, and that is there. Rest all things are not there. Also take the choice. It will win you one day. From ages we are listening, na? You will get good always win over bad. See, there's no good bad in nature, but there's truth. There is integrity. That is whatever you call dharma, you call it law, you call it God. That is a truth, God, integrity.
Incredible.
Make it your base everywhere.
Yeah, create the integrity as a foundation. That's what even I believe. One of our core value in our business is integrity. You do what you
Rest all
say.
will come and
say
go.
what you
Rest
do.
all will come and go. Integrity is not like come and go. Once it goes, gone.
Amazing. So much inspirational. Each and every word comes out of it. It's a gold and diamonds. And thank you so much. You've even given me an inspiration today to be fight back. Faisal, stay back, hang on, hold on, don't give up. Thank you so much. Now let me call a few people from the crowd. Guys, we've got 20 more minutes to end the show. Before we ask a final question. You can.
Mr. Bhatia,
so I'll ask a few people. HS Bhatia sir is our regular member in our 5am club and all the shows. Bhatia sir is a very successful educator. He's been to IIT and different organizations around the world and educated extraordinary entrepreneurs. He's a creator of entrepreneurs. So it's an honor for Bhatia sir to ask a question. Go ahead, Bhatia sir.
Thank you.
Deepthi ji, first I would like to congratulate you that it was not you who were speaking, it was your personality. Your very personality itself was the expression of entrepreneurship.
Thank you so
and
much.
the very powerful things which you got, that is nobody else, it is you and you only. The power within you only can bring all the things what you wish.
I'm humble.
Second thing, three things which you meant, the choice is the key. Very important aspect. If that is not there, the choice is not there, you can't do. And the choice need to be really start at the beginning of the journey. And then you have to only look for the path, not for the challenges on the way. You can always come back because inner energy which you have acquired, the divinity and other things, that will definitely take you very far. Another important thing which you brought is big goal and small goals. Big goal is a goal. And small goals on the way, they are only like a subsystems. We have to celebrate that also. And as you keep on connecting them, automatically we will know when we have really achieved the big goal itself. Vision has to be definitely far behind, but you can get satisfied. You need to be delighted, and that delightment only can come when you have a vision which is much beyond your capacities, what you are having to present. Because it is a continuous process that itself will start developing, and that will lead to you will learn. Another important thing which you brought today, which I like it very much, the ecosystem. You have to be ecosystem. So as I understand in engineer, is a resonance. We have learned in the school time, that tuning fork and other things. So to start with, there is a need for us to resonate with that, accepting the ecosystem, and then slowly bring the change in such a way that ecosystem will start resonating with it. That's the power which comes.
Yes.
I think this is a very key point which you have brought it, and it is one marvelous. And another thing which you brought to feeling like quitting, it is a normal process, but one determination coming from the inner voice, don't ever quit.
Yeah.
That was a good message. Thank you very much. I think
thank you, Bhatia ji. Thank you so much. I think Sunil Kumar has
and
some
you also
questions.
said design your own discipline because it is finally you have to follow it. Don't force on you.
Absolutely.
What fits you, you design. Not only you design, you adopt your own and then be
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What a powerful message.
Sunil Kumar, do you have any question? You raised your hand.
I do have one question. Yeah, I have raised. And,
Hi.
and I'm in the journey. Don't feel otherwise if you are getting some disturbance or that. Okay?
Of course.
Just have posted already in the chat box like that, you told that it's a passion that by hearing you got a lot of information about you, that you have started early and you have succeeded and have done a lot of things and we have changed a lot of women, a lot of groups are formed and you're transforming the people and at the same time you're feeling soulful and everything is looking fantastic and I'm feeling very active. But my serious question is, I don't know, people were comparing to
Sunil sir, I think there is a slight sound issue. I can
Yes, sir.
read the
One
question
second,
in the
sir.
chat box. Okay, the question Sunil asked about women entrepreneurship. There is it's a biggest challenge in India.
Or
in
ask a
our
little
country.
louder in one sentence. I can hear. A lot of disturbance is there.
Yeah. So you still want me to unmute him?
Yeah, one sentence in louder so that I can listen. Actually, it's not
okay. So Sunil, I'm sending you a prompt. Just okay. Go ahead, Sunil.
Yeah, the problem is like that. Still in India, we are lacking with women empowerment. Might be we are saying that most of the women are working, and we are feeling that they are empowered. But I feel that they are lacking with empowerment. And comparing to the countries around us, we are lacking. And what would it be the steps what we can take to transform women to empower?
See, first of all, no one can empower a woman. She's already empowered. We make awaken to the reality. This is a whole gap happening in the women empowerment projects also. They feel women vulnerable or, but we should start seeing femininity in different way. Feminine is there in you also. This gender aspect has become a body aspect or, this aspect. Femininity is there in every man also. When he cries or becomes subtle or shows a feminine aspect. When a woman goes out and works something bold and does it, that's a masculine aspect as example. So we should start seeing this gender approach differently. First of all, women are empowered enough because when they create things, when they create something, they can also create other things also. But a lot of people see it differently. They feel women are vulnerable enough. Oh yeah, there are need of ecosystems. So that's why I built a womanized ecosystem. That's why it's not enough. Whatever we do also right now is not enough because say 300, 400 years of patriarchy is there in the systems also. A bank doesn't give a loan without a men partner. You know that? 90% of banks don't give that. How do you expect women empowerment in such a patriarchal stuff for 300, 400 years? Okay, it's a part of evolution. You should accept. Earlier, there was only matriarchal societies. Example, 300 साल हो गए, 400 years Gupta age से ये begin हो गए. अभी हो रहा है ना? Don't expect evolution overnight. Today also, women empowerment can't be happening overnight. It may happen for a 10 decade more. But yeah, eventually, yes, she's already empowered. Just you make her create what she needs in her ecosystem. That's all. So rather than calling woman empowerment, uplift women, we should start changing the terminology of seeing gender empowerment. First of all have to be empowered. If I say that men have it to be empowered more to understand women, men has to be given maternal leaves equally to the female. Men has to go, we should teach our sons to be more empowered. Go and cook in the kitchen also, it's equally important. We give girl a baby toy and we give boy a bike, means they will become like that only example. And I see, you have to see the woman empowerment itself differently, frame the terminology differently. Say it like women, don't call even uplifting. Frame the schemes in different way. Womanized ecosystem, you called it. It's enough. And then like what she's already multitasker. She's already doing many things. Then you have to understand that when you add one more thing, how do you add it? That's all. Suppose the economic aspect of it. Add it that way that it suits the homepreneur systems. For example, home entrepreneurship. Home is already like an office to her. रात से सुबह से रात तक काम करो और कुछ करते रहो पेमेंट भी नहीं आएगा. तो थोड़ा सा सोचने की जरूरत है. पूरा इंडिया में, कंट्री में, even it is evolving. We need not worry about it. Naturally, women are picking up things, and you are picking. Suppose you ask this question, it means you are sensitive enough to women empowerment. No problem, it will happen. So I mean, reframe it. Reframe the woman empowerment.
Okay.
Oh, it was really wonderfully answered. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunil. Question, I wanted to take it.
Okay, great.
Not in a chat.
All right, Dr. Sharanan sir, go ahead. Please unmute and ask. I'm sending you a prompt. Just accept the prompt.
Hi.
Yes. Good evening, Deepthi. Good evening.
Hi.
Actually, we should have this session 20 years before, because when we failed, we lost that opportunity, because you rightly told that the consistency in attempt in many businesses. What happens even for a male, or when they are failing first time, they will get scared because,
Yeah.
As a leader of the family, they will try to move to the comfort zone instead of struggling again and again. Correct, because they have the family in the back. They will always think, even they may not worry also. Correct. So I am really happy. You have done that much remarkable, business transformation. Actually, my point is like this: the first attempt when you're done, I understood you also lost crore rupee. Like that, you come to know almost nil condition. From there, how you recovered? Because when you are the losing money in business, it may be simple to hear, but it is very difficult to experience.
Yeah.
Because as an experienced person in that, I know very difficult to grab that
Yeah.
loss and come over and come to the original shape. How you have done that first experience?
Yeah. More than thrice very dark phases I faced. First of all, we should understand recovery is not easy. Like you said, the toughest phase is recovery. So first of all, yes, there'll be like whole lot of pushover over you also. Some people go to the suicide levels also because of that only. Stress, non-acceptance by society, pressure, judgment, failure. Next day you don't have a wallet to carry and can't even buy your things, means over, na? I mean, like that's worst of the first phases. First of all, we should accept recovery is not easy. And if we accept that shame, filled gear, suppose if I die, this though won't come out and clear your debt, for example.
Yes.
That much first you have to accept this. Then that will come. Yes, you will face everything, but you have to understand that phase came for a reason. For a reason. Did you see a butterfly without a cocoon? No. It has to undergo the pain. Did you see a birth without a pain? No. Like I'm telling you, because I mean it connects more to the woman act also.
Yeah.
Accept that cocoon phase. That's all. You cannot come out. You will face everyday death. It's more worse than death actually. When we have debts, we cannot clear it, and people start attacking you and making things about. When you do all good, now everyone is good. 10 things you did good for consistently for 7 years also. One day you did one thing wrong and your life went upside down. Next minute, no one is going to be with you. Sometimes not even your wife or husband, or we don't know. I mean, not even mother can stay with you. Please accept that. Are you ready to stay with yourself at that time? Alive. Be that. That's how I stood up. I don't know. I walked in the night like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I went to any road I would have taken. I mean, I would go directly into some well, also water. We don't, it happens. But I accepted that phase, that there's no comeback in this. Tomorrow I have to face all shit, everyone will attack. I thought, okay, what is the highest possibility? Death, right? I started stopping fearing about that first thing. The root of my fear, what was it? So I thought, TK, even if earthquake comes here, anything happens here, first I will not die. I decided that. Even if everyone come and attack, I will not decide. I decided I'll not give up. That's how this, it's easy said. Let me say it's easy said again. You have to use some spiritual tool consistently for that. When the darkest crisis comes, how do you face it? Means hold to some spiritual truth, sit like this and meditate, or connect to something that will give you, because that phase came for a reason. It was a part of your soul plan or contract, whatever you call it. It was a plan. You are a part of that plan also. When success came, you didn't ask why me. You said, hey, no, me. When everything failed, then also said, this is also me.
Even our own skin or our dress feels ridiculous.
I was ashamed. I took it. Just take it. So okay, you don't give up. If death comes, let it come, but you don't give up. What is extreme? Face it. Go there also. Then you will evolve from that ashes.
Good. Evolve from ashes. So beautiful.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. All right. So one more question. Shehzad is a budding entrepreneur from Kerala. Okay, Shehzad, go ahead and ask the question. If you can, come on video. Yeah. Anybody else? We got 7 more minutes to end the sessions. Before we end the sessions, please do ask 1 or 2 more questions more. I think Shehzad is not available there. So friends, yeah, so I can see someone also raise a hand. So before I go to Naveen and Shehzad, we have a group. We have a group called Entrepreneurs Connect. We meet up every Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. Dubai time. It's called Entrepreneurs Connect. We have around 30-40 people, and we come together and practice few rituals. We have, people will be sharing their success stories and failure and challenges, and also we refer the business each other. So entrepreneurs from all around the world, mostly from Dubai, but half of, the 30-40% from India as well. So if you want to be part of that group, all you need to do, there is a WhatsApp group shared in the link. You can just click the link and join the WhatsApp group. And also you can attend sessions for free. So we are just doing to, develop the community of entrepreneurs around the world. So so far we have around 300 entrepreneurs from different parts of the world, mostly from Dubai. So friends, also, that BrainCity is a online educational company. We conduct a lot of educational program, which will empower you to be in action. We have a program called a Mastermind, which will give you an access to play a big game. So if you want to be part of the group, someone from our team will be sharing the WhatsApp group about Mastermind. Please do connect with us. It happens every morning at 5 a.m. Dubai time. We will help you guys to develop discipline. We will help you to develop certain activities in life, which will help you to be a successful human being, successful social human being, entrepreneur, whoever you want to be in your life. It happens every day, every morning, and every evening. So one batch happening in the morning at 5 a.m. Dubai time, India time 6:30, and one in the evening 7 p.m. Dubai time, which is 8:30 Indian time. So if you want to get connected and know more details about, please connect the admin in the WhatsApp group. So let me ask